As an English teacher, I have the opportunity to get in touch with many English teaching resources. And there may stand a chance that I may be influenced by what I read, or I may misinterpret by what I see. And one day I came across a very inspiring teaching code when I searched on Google for the keywords, how to become an inspiring teacher. So it is stated like this: to be a great teacher, you don't need to have the cutest classroom, the latest technology, or the newest outfit. What you need is a passion for learning and teaching, and an open heart to let your student enter the classroom. Very inspiring, right? And another day, when I took some courses on Coursera, and I found the teaching tip which made me think very deeply. It is like this: technology may not replace teachers, but teachers who know technology may probably replace teachers who don't. So instead of spending some time figuring out what school of thought I should follow, I instantly resorted to Google for help. So I searched the key terms that are related to technology, like ICT tools, ICT in education. So I suppose you know what ICT tools are, right? So ICT stands for Information, Communication, Technology. And ICT tools, actually, they are digital infrastructure, such as laptops, computers, projector, software, program. So there are two different contradictory schools of thought, right? And I took one more initiative. I signed up for some ICT courses. And I applied what I learned from the courses into my daily teaching basis. And guess what? My students are super motivated and more encouraged to learn more than before. I see more happy, smiling faces and laughters and constructive competition in my classroom. In Vietnam, nearly every student has a smartphone, and wireless connection is readily available in every university. So the student can use their smartphone to learn without being limited in space and time. But there is still another issue. Some teachers, for the most part, they use ICT tools to improve their student learning, but not to improve the instructional activities or to inform their teaching. So that is a very big issue, right? Learning takes place in your student's head, and this process is completely invisible to others. So the only way learning can be assessed, either formally or informally, is through performance, which they can do with the learning. Actually, there are many kinds of assessment, but the type of assessment I want to emphasize here is formative assessment, which is a process that provides feedback and support during instruction, so that the teachers and the students can use this feedback in order to improve instructional activities or to adjust ongoing instruction in order to help students achieve the planned instructional and learning outcomes. Not just stopping there. That's still another issue. You know, generally, formative assessment and the regular syllabi are not integrated. Formative assessment is just considered as a part of teaching, not as an integral part of teaching. So the role of formative assessment has been generally considered as unimportant and has been given undue attention and focus. So in my talk, I'm going to present some ways the teachers can use in order to assess the student both quantitatively and qualitatively by using ICT tools. But first, let me pose this question. Why digital formative assessment? But not the traditional formative assessment. ICT tools, as you already know, provide and offer much more advantages than traditional learning tools. So the use of these tools to improve formative assessment can be very beneficial. ICT-based tests can, in fact, reduce the grading time so the teacher can reduce the workload. And they also provide a variety of item question types, as there are in traditional formative assessment. Moreover, after completing the assignment, both the students and the teacher can receive and see immediate feedback. And the teacher can instantly intervene in order to plan the next instructional steps, in order to help the student achieve the desired outcomes. So, in the next part, I'm going to introduce the first type of digital formative assessment. They are digital formal formative assessment. And the applications I am going to introduce here, they are Kahoot and quizzes. So this is an interface of Kahoot. Right? And this is the teacher's screen. So the teacher will show the screen with projector. And that is a teacher code, 6347254. And this is the student's screen on their smartphone. After the student log on to Kahoot, and they will complete the question. And this is everybody Kahoot screen. Okay. So this is a reordering question. So after reordering the word, this is here the student's screen. Okay. They will choose the appropriate color on their screen. And so that the colors and the answers will match the ones shown on the projector. And after doing this question, and the students receive immediate correct answer, so they will know what they need to review. And this is another kind of question. This is multiple choice. So after finishing the question, actually there are only 2 students I use for demonstration. The teacher can see right away how many people in the classroom have the correct answer. And after the assignment is completed, the teacher can also export the assessment results onto Excel sheet. After obtaining the Excel results sheet, the teacher should spend some time to analyze the results, not only at individual level, but also at classroom level. And this is another application. This is quizzes. So quizzes also provide a variety of question types as in traditional one. So the process is pretty much the same with Kahoot. And also, quizzes can automatically calculate how many correct answers and how many incorrect answers from the whole class. And this is a summative table. Okay. So with digital tools, the teachers can obtain the immediate feedback right away. However, teachers should consider students' different learning style. Some students belong to the reflective learning style, and they need more time to review before they do this activity than the active learners. Yeah. And in order to avoid making judgmental opinions about the students' progress, I believe teachers should carry out qualitative assessment as well. So I'm going to present the digital informal formative assessment. This is a Padlet application. So after creating the link with Padlet, the teacher will send this link to the students' Gmail or email in general, email addresses. And the students will receive this link right away, and they will write down their reflection during the learning period. And the teacher can spend some time reading this at home, trying to reading between the lines, understanding what difficulties the student need to address. And another way the teacher can combine the Padlet with traditional one, like deep interviews. So when carry out deep interviews, teachers should bear in mind that some questions may hurt the students. So many questions like, why do you get such simple question wrong? I think you should review this part. These questions, I believe, may prohibit the student from moving forward because they acknowledge the student error, which students don't want to hear. So instead, you can ask some questions like, is there any way that you can think of to help you improve this part? Or do you find any questions on Kahoot or quizzes confusing for you? So what do teachers need? So in addition to the pedagogical knowledge, the teacher should have the knowledge of assessments. There are many kinds of assessments, not just from the part of the teacher, but also from the part of the students. A teacher can train the students to self-assess or to do peer assessment. So the result should be carefully analyzed so that the teacher can use this feedback to close the gap between the students' current level with the desired outcome. So I would like to end my talk with a message I want to communicate with everybody. Don't try to become a teacher of success, but strive to become a teacher of value. Thank you.